Hi everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I'm back with another tutorial for my handbag series, and this time I'm going to make something like this one here. So this is a Louis Vuitton Cluny bag from 1990. If I just bring it up a bit closer, you can see it's got this croc print on the front. It's kind of like a bucket style, and you can see the large opening down the side there. So I imagine it's the same on that side. So yeah, I've got an idea. So let's see if I can make it. So I've cut all of my pieces. First of all, we'll make the tray. So this is a piece of 10 by 8 inch cardstock, and you want to score at 1 and 2 inches on all 4 sides. So 1, 2, and then rotate 1, 2, and just do that on the other sides. Okay. Actually, while I've got the scoreboard, you'll need to score these pieces as well. So these are for the sides. So you want 2 pieces of 5 by 8. To be honest, you can alter the height of this quite easily, so some of you may want to change that once you've seen the rest. Along the 5 inch side, you want to score at 1/2 inch, 2.5 and 4.5. Do that on both pieces. I'll talk about cutting that bit in a moment. Okay, next go back to your tray and you want to fold and burnish all of those score lines. Now we want to do some cutting, so I'm going to cut along the long side. You'll have your 4 squares in the corner. Just cut down to the second score line, down those 2 score lines. So you see the score lines there, just cut down to the second one there. The outer 2 squares you're going to remove completely, and then just that top square. So you've just got this one here. Again, I'm going to come along to this side. So you've got the 4 squares in the corner. You just cut down the score lines first to the second score line. Remove the 2 on the outsides, because this is a reinforced tray, and then remove that top one. Okay, and then you want to rotate now, so you're working on the other long side, and just repeat that again. Next, you want to go back to those little squares and just take little wedges off of the sides, just so that they fold in nicely. Okay, and then on the outer longer pieces, I'm just going to take a little bit off of the sides there as well. Okay, so you want to have a shape like that. Next, we're going to glue these little tabs in. So I'm just going to run my quick grab. So this is the Cosmic Shimmer, and it's just got a really quick grab to it. It's very similar to the art glitter glue, but this is easy for us to get hold of in the UK. So I'm just going to stick that down. Make sure you get a nice right angle, like so, and then work your way around to the next one. So that's all of the tabs stuck. Now I'm going to grab, like I said, this is the cloud glue. I pop it into this other bottle, which is just easier for me to use. I'm not too keen on the actual nozzles on the cloud bottles, and I buy the big 1000 ml one now and just use that as my that's, you know, this is my refill basically. So what you want to do now is just add your glue onto here, and then you're going to fold that in. If you've got any pegs, just kind of peg it there, but I like to go around and do them all. It doesn't matter if it pops open, just get the glue on. And that's the other good thing about this glue, is you do have some time, but you just want to get them folded in. You can also reinforce the base of this, so if you are wanting to put something heavier in this gift bag, it's very easy to add, you know, you could put a layer of grey board in there if you wanted to, or just a few, you know, layers of 300 GSM cardstock, because once these sides dry, these are going to become very strong. But now they're all in, I just get my bone folder and then just spend a bit of time spreading all that glue around until they've all stuck down. So that's the tray already, so pop that to one side, that can dry. Next, you want to get your pattern paper for your front and back. So I'm using this really cool cardstock. Now, this was very kindly sent to me by Alan, and I think it was from Create & Craft, if I remember rightly. So Alan, if you're watching this, thank you, and just confirm, I think it was Create & Craft. And I'm sure there's probably still, you know, pads of this around. There was a few different designs, but I was drawn to this one. I thought it would work quite well with that, you know, kind of croc look there. But I also know that Helen Griffin, Simply Made Crafts, she's got an A4 snake print embossing folder. I'll link it in the description box below. I'm not sure if it's still available, but again, if you've just got a brown card or brown mirrored card, then you run it through that embossing folder, you'll get that same effect. But I've got this is the closest I've got. So these are A4 sheets, but you're going to trim them down. So you want 2 pieces that are 10 by, this is the 8 1/4 because it's the width of A4, but 8 will be fine, or 8 1/2 will be fine. So, you know, whatever size you have. In fact, it will either be 8 1/4 or 8 1/2. So, yeah, you don't need to trim it down to the 8 1/4 if yours is bigger. And that's 10. Now, what you want to do on the back, I've already trimmed this one. You'll see here, is just mark at 2 inches in from each side. So I've marked at 2 and 8. And then you're going to cut down here. So I'm just going to grab my longer scissors here, and I'm just going to cut, or use your trimmer. It's entirely up to you. And this is just going to give us that shape, hopefully, of that bag. This is the only one I'm making of it, so hopefully it's all going to work out. So I'm just going to trim that one. Okay, so what's going to happen, we don't want to put any score lines into this because we want to get that rounded look. Okay, now I have done this before on some other gift bags, and it's more of that bucket style. But these are going to sit in here, and you're going to push into the corners here. But don't worry if you have a gap, that's going to be fine. It's all part of the look. But you want to push that in. If you see, if I just get that one in there, we're starting to get that shape of that bag, and you get this really cool side. And then we're going to add those other pieces that we cut earlier. Now I'm thinking, because of the kind of finish on this, I'm going to use a red tape. So I've got the red liner tape here. This is very strong. I just think the glue will probably end up peeling off of this. Clow will work, but it's going to take some time to dry. So you want to cover the bottom of your piece here no more than an inch, because that's the depth of the tray. So I'm just going to run 2 strips of this along the bottom of both of those pieces. Okay, now I think it's going to be handy for you to give yourself a little guide of the center point of the tray, and also the center point of this cardstock. So I'm just going to grab my ruler and just lay the ruler here. So it's 6 inches, and I'm just going to put a little pencil mark inside at the 3-inch mark, just there. Okay, and I'm going to do that again on this side. At least that way you won't see this. And then I'm also going to mark the center point of this piece, which is at 5 inches, just there. So now when I'm sticking this inside, I can line up that marker to my pencil mark, and at least then I know that everything's going to line up. So I'm going to take the backing paper off of there. Now you could also pop a little bit of a curve into this, because it's going to help you, you know, kind of shape it around that tray, like so. So I'm going to pop this in like that, so nothing's sticking, but already I can get my pencil mark bang on, like so. And I'm going to push from the middle there. See the sides I'm not touching at all, but I'm starting to push it against that front panel. And then you want to get it as close to the corners as possible. If you start to get a fold in there, I wouldn't worry at all. But I'm going to go with that one, and then I'm just going to push this one up as much as I can, and then bring that around, and there you get it, that lovely shape. And then just push all of that down, and there you get that really cool shape. I think this is going to be the back. I've got a bit of glue there and probably a bit bigger gap than I would have liked, but at least that was a good test run. So I would have your back, if you've got different papers, try this first with the back, because then if it is not the best finish, then it doesn't matter because you're not going to see it. So I'm going to now take the release paper off of this one. Now I feel comfortable with what I'm doing. Again, just put a curve in the cardstocks. That really did help. Again, I just marked my pencil mark there. And then I can get that lined up first of all. And again, just push into the corners. You might find taking the release paper off bit by bit might help, but I'm just going to now really push that into that corner there, and then just join that at the bottom. And again, it's actually a lot easier than it looks, so, you know, don't be put off. But now I just go in with my home folder there. Cool. And we've got that shape, and it's really starting to resemble that bag now, so I'm pleased with that. But these are now going to go inside here you'll be able to squeeze in the sides. Again, I'm going to use my red tape here. I'm going to start with this side first. Now when you fold in these sides, the whole width of this is the width of the tray. So you've got a guide there. I'm going to fold it in half, and it's hard for me to get you to see this, but you want to get that corner right down into as much of the corner of this tray as possible. I'm just kind of pinching it together there. And then you want the top to just kind of join up with the top of the bag there. Again, you can just get in there and smooth that all out. And now I just need to bring that across the other side. Yeah, that's going to work. So again, I'll just take the backing off there. And again, I can get my hand in and just get that right into the corner first of all. And it kind of just lines up where it needs to. And then just stick that down. So now you have that effect. And you'll be able to pinch the bag closed. And you can see everything's still contained inside. And you get that really cool shape on the side of the bag. So I'm just going to do that with this one. Oh, I didn't tell you where to cut down. Or even where to burnish, sorry. I'm getting a bit excited with this one because I'm really pleased with how it's coming together. So you've got a mountain fold, then the middle will be a valley, and then the last one will be a mountain. So you'll have that shape. And then keep it folded in half and fold out those side pieces. I'm just going to line that up a bit better, like so. And along the folded side here, you want to just come down. It was 1 inch. So I'm just popping that along the side there. Put a little pencil mark at 1 inch, just there. So there's, when I open it, it's on that folded side. And then you're just going to cut across up to the score line. And there you've got that shape. Okay, so again, I'm going to run my tape down each side and stick that in. Okay, so now you'll see you've got all that space inside the bag, and then it will close up. And now we just need to finish it with our little closure. Okay, so this is a piece of scrap from the tray piece, so that will match. So this is 4 by 1.5. Along the 4-inch side, you want to score at 1 inch. And then again, this is a little bit of scrap, and this is a piece of 2 3/4 by 1 1/4. So that's going to stick in this front piece here. But I've got my little corner punch here. So just to kind of keep that round design that we've got with this, I'm just going to just cut the corners there, and then that will sit on there. So I'm just going to get that stuck down. So I stuck that down, and then I've just popped some tape on the back there, and then I just want to line this up in the center of the bag there, and I'm just folding it over onto the back there so it sticks down. And then I'm just using the hook and loop dots. These are the Dot and Dab range. I've shared these before. So I've just paired them up there, and then I'm just going to pop one on there. And then fold that over. And where it naturally lays is where you want that to stay. And then I'm just going to carefully split them apart, and then you can just go in and apply some pressure there. Then I've cut myself this strip of 1 by 12 inches. I mean, if you've got A4 length, letter size length, which is what, 11.5 or 11, sorry, I think that would be fine as well. But I'm just going to pop this on the front there. I think that looks really cute. I'm just going to open that up, and I'm sticking it into the front of this piece here. Yeah, it's going to go there. I think that's going to look cool. So I'm going to cover about 1 inch with glue there. Do one at a time. So I'll pop that one just there. So I've stuck it, I've come in about 3/4 inch. It's basically just past, you can see there, that piece that we folded in for the sides. And then I'm just going to bring around that other side again, cover about 1 inch with the glue, and come in the same distance. So I've just added one of these lovely big, they're called Dazzlers. These are old Creative Expressions. They're 25mm, and they're flat back resin embellishments. I picked these up in a charity shop last year, And I've used some of the smaller ones, but this is the first time I've used one of the larger ones. If I just bring back in the inspiration here, you can see they've got like a piece of hardware there, which is probably a clasp, how it closes. And they've also got a longer strap. Obviously I've done the short one, but there's no reason why you couldn't have a longer piece of ribbon. And I've also added a gift tag, this one here, and that nice big bow, and the gift tag. These ones are from Hobby Base, but these ones here, either my mum gave them to me or a friend, I can't quite remember, but I've used the middle one, and it die cuts the main gift tag shape, and then it cuts these little slots here for you to then pop pattern paper or plain paper for you to be able to stamp and write your message. So you can see that it all matches. But I think it's turned out really well. Just again, looking at this, you can see it was this side bit that I was really focusing on. It does go right down to the bottom there. It's all open. And I can only imagine that it's got something similar to what I've done there on the inside. Again, just open it up so you can see all that space inside. You can definitely get, you know, a nice gift in there. And then it just closes up like so. So there you have it. So I hope you've enjoyed this installment, I guess, for my handbag series. If you're new to the channel, you haven't seen the other ones, I'll share the playlist here. If maybe I've already popped it into the tutorial, have a look at that and you'll see the other ones. And I've also got a handbag or a gift bag playlist, which has it's got over 100 tutorials on different gift bags. So there's lots and lots of inspiration there. I will try and link in the description box everything I've used today or something similar if I can find it. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll be back again very soon. Take care. Bye.